Well, here we are.
New
First of
studio,
all,
buddy.
New studio.
Do you dig it?
I love it.
Because Daddy just shows up.
Daddy just shows up. I want to help, but you don't.
I don't need your help.
Yeah, you don't need my
let me run
input
with
on basically the studio.
No.
Because I'm not going to be like, well, I think that color doesn't work. It's just not my thing.
This is
texture, color. I wish it was.
This was the inspiration from Chin. Brian Johnson put it together, but me and Chin had this idea, and then Brian Johnson ran with it. Built it all by hand.
Brian Johnson's a monster. I love it. Making me my graphic right now. I'm now July.
Oh, you're gonna do dates
29th.
Right now
July 29th. I won't be around for the entire 29th because I got to leave in the morning because I got to drive to the Inland Empire to the Ontario Improv. So I'm going to leave at 6 a.m. to get there. I'm kidding, but it just takes.
Oh, because
have you ever made it there? Have you ever made it from LA?
I would rather
Ontario?
fly to New York.
I would rather fly to New York.
Brea?
I got mine are at the Ontario Improv. You got to leave 3 hours.
It's going to take 3 hours to get there.
It takes 3 hours to get there.
Plan 3 hours.
See how long, this is fucking LA. See how long, what is the mileage between Venice and the Ontario Improv? Let me see what it is.
How was the drive into Calabasas for Daddy?
I loved it. I go up to PCH.
Really? Yeah, it's a nice drive.
And
I always take Topanga.
I love it. And
you can take Topanga or Malibu Canyon to get here. That's what I do.
I go Malibu Canyon.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, it's fucking beautiful.
Been for 3.5 years. Yeah, it's a lot.
What's that?
3.5 years taking that route.
That's a long time.
To Santa Monica.
It's a long time.
That's Daddy's turn to do.
Now it's my turn. I don't mind. You did all this. I love this studio. And
okay, it's only an hour 27 right now, Brian.
It's only an hour 27. So that's 59 miles. And it's going to take
Well, if you leave in rush hour, like if you leave at 3.
Even then, but then I got to hang out. So I'll leave at 3. I get there at 5. My show doesn't start at 8. I'm not on stage till 8:30.
It's almost better to leave at 6.
It's almost better.
It's a risk.
Low risk, but I'm known for taking risks.
Have Bill Burr fly you in a helicopter.
I would spend good money.
You mean all your money you make that weekend on one trip by helicopter? There's also
nothing to avoid traffic.
There's also nothing to do in Ontario.
Zero. I love the people. I love
one of the best clubs in the country.
100%. The whole Inland Empire. They come to laugh. I love them.
You missed a good time at the Ha. My first time doing sets there. You've done sets there.
I've done sets there for many years.
I've never done sets there. Only done sets, Ice House.
I'm going to do a weekend there. I like it.
It was great.
Yeah.
Great crowds. Great room.
I bet.
Guy pulled his dick out.
Pulled his piece out. Obviously on drugs or not all there.
Definitely wasn't alcohol because the security said when we let him in he was normal, dude. He must have took something because he went from 0 to 100.
Did some peeing? Did some pissing?
Dude, he pissed on a group of Mexicans that didn't appreciate it. Thick Mexicans too.
You're not gonna get away with that.
Nope.
Mexicans aren't gonna let you just pee on you.
They beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. Now Big J Schaub was ready to go as well.
He was.
So this guy had his hands full.
Dude, the guy seems like he clearly wasn't all there. He thought he was in. You know what happens? He probably thought he was in the bathroom, and he pulled his.
I just think he was so drugged up. He just pulled his dick out there. His girl was also fucked up.
Really. Sometimes though, shit can happen where you're disoriented. You have a brain thing.
I don't think so. No, I've never done that.
I'm trying to be
a comedy show.
No, I'm saying that you can. Like I know somebody who had dementia and they're young, and they took their pants off in the restaurant.
That'd be the exception. This guy was fucked up on drugs, and but he pissed on the wrong. Look at my big boy. My big boyfriend was about to beat the shit out of him. Now the cops came and they're like, what do you want us to do? Like, what do you want us to do?
What you do is you go. This is why you have to have bouncers in your comedy clubs. And I've done comedy clubs where there weren't any bouncers.
Me too. St. Louis.
That could be a problem.
No security.
Really?
No security.
Now you're security.
It was a nightmare. Jay Schaub was. He's pretty good security.
Jay's fucking.
I had my boy. He's like my number one fan. He looks like won 3rd in fucking the Strongest Fan Contest. And Jay Schaub. And they hemmed this fucking guy up.
Okay.
Now Chrissy D was staying in the back. He's from New York, and I thought he'd.
No, Chrissy
D stayed in the back.
He'll stay in the back. He'll avoid. He's a comic. But you get the couple thick boys who get in there. They get under his arms. You got to get under his arms. You get your hands. This part of your hands.
He got thrown in the back, thrown out the back like in the movies when they throw a guy out of the saloon or something. That's why he got thrown to the ground.
I had a large
and his dick was out.
I was in Philly
the entire time.
I was in Philly. I had a large drunk man grab me about the upper ribs and the blade of his hand was under my armpits, and he had me there and he goes like this. He goes, "I liked what you did." And I couldn't really move. He had me all
big guy.
He had me all like kind of like a little toddler, Just shaking me about. Yeah, and I was like, and I felt very violated.
This guy got dealt with. This guy, because remember, he pissed on Mexicans too. So the Mexicans weren't happy.
Yeah. Well, how do you deal?
10 minutes into the act, and I just hear, she goes, what the fuck? What in the fuck? And I go, whoa, calm down. She goes, no, I'm sorry. We're such big fans. We've been waiting for this. She goes, no, this guy's dick is out, man. I go, his dick's out right now? She goes, yes, look, he's peeing. He pissed on my shoe.
Oh, no.
And then afterwards we get done, I'm like, what the fuck? And then Chrissy D was like, that was great, man. I've been in comedy for fucking ever. I've never seen that. That was great. I look at Kyle, I'm like, did you get that? Kyle's like, I got that. I'm like, holy shit, we got this on tape?
He looked like he was smiling and just standing there, right? He looked like just sitting there like, yeah. There's not much you can do, huh? When a guy's that out of it and just going,
I did the first thing that you and I would do, I said, was a big dick. My first argument was a big dick?
Yeah.
Big dick, no one's going to complain.
Yeah.
You get a big old piece out, start peeing, everyone's like, all right, that's cool.
Wow.
Small dick, we can't have.
A little pointer?
I didn't. Did anyone see the dick? I mean, Jay had to apprehend him, but it was dark.
It's hard to apprehend.
That's how you know it's not a big dick, though. Because big dick's going to shine no matter what.
You come up from behind. Make sure you don't
get the pee-pee on you.
Yeah, you can't have any pee-pee on you.
We talked to people after; they were cool. We got.
Oohing, so I knew it wasn't big. They're like, ooh.
Did they mop it up?
Yeah. They mopped it up. They put caution signs.
And they relocated the people. And this is where I fucked up. They relocated the people, and they were actually talking about the trauma they just went through.
Yeah.
But I thought they were talking during my act, so then I lit them up. And then after the show, like, dude, we weren't talking. We got real. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Rough night for them.
That's a tough one. That's like my friend who did a Broadway play and said, you got to keep it down in the middle of the play because the guy was making noise and the guy was on a respirator. He was quadriplegic. So his machine was going. And he goes, you done over there?
But you do got to keep it down.
Got to keep it down.
Can we just...
Sir, it's my iron lung.
I know, but then you can't sit front row, dude. Like,
he was actually... No, he was back.
Oh, it must have been loud.
Loud, right? It's a little loud. And what are you going to do in that situation when you're hearing... You can't be like, hey, keep your iron lung.
Well, then it's going to make a scene if he's like, sorry, and fucking...
Yeah, can you die for... Yeah.
Hey, man, can you not come to the show?
Can you not do that?
I saw Space Jam this weekend. Took Tiger to see Space Jam. You know what's weird is he was like, oh, Dad, I want to see Space Jam. And I'm like, dude, I'll show you fucking Space Jam. I was going to show him the Jordan one we all grew up on. But he loves LeBron. Like, him and his little friend were playing basketball the other day. And you know how we used to, when we were kids, Michael Jordan or, people, Kobe. I hear Tiger go, LeBron James. I'm like, holy shit.
Boy.
That's his Jordan. That's insane,
That's right.
dude. So he wanted to see the movie. I was taking the movie, and I don't like LeBron anymore for a variety of reasons. But I was like, all right. So I went in with a negative attitude. It was fucking good, dude.
And he was good, wasn't he?
No, not at all. He was when he's in the beginning when he's acting, I'm like, oh, this can be a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
But then he's only in it for like, the first 10 minutes, and then he's in cartoon world. So it's just his voice, which is great. When he's animated, it's fantastic.
Right.
Dude, it's a good fucking movie.
It is?
It was really good.
Dude,
and it's 2 hours long. And I was like, way too long for a kid movie. Tiger's not going to like this.
And
he loved it.
Really?
He loved it. Halfway through, I got him a big bag of Skittles. I'm like, dude, don't eat all those. You can get sick. I'm telling you, you can get sick. I like him to learn. I don't want to just tell him he needs to learn.
That's right.
So I see him keep eating them. I'm like, I'm telling you, dude, you can get fucking sick. You haven't ate lunch. That's too much sugar. He keeps eating them. Halfway through the movie, he goes, Dad, I don't feel good. I'm like, I fucking told you, dude. I was like, what do you want to do? He's
the
like,
best way to learn.
So he's like, whatever. The movie's so good, he forgets about it. We're walking out. He starts going, huh? I go, dude, I fucking told you. I said, why you gotta take a piss if you're gonna throw up? Do it in the bathroom. So we walk in there, and whenever if somebody blows up a bathroom, he has an ill reaction to it. He'll just start gagging. So we walk in there. Some dude blew it the fuck up. We walk in. He goes, ugh, Dad, we gotta get out of here. I go, I gotta take a piss, dude. So just hang tight. He's going, ugh. I go, don't you throw up. There's all these people. I go, don't throw up. I'm peeing so hard. I'm like, dude, just hold it. He keeps going, ugh. Dude, sure enough, just like Big Daddy. Rainbow.
You're like that.
Yeah, I'm like that. Rainbow throw up all over the bathroom. And I go, let's get the fuck out.
Yeah, you gotta. I don't have a mop.
We get in the car.
You dropped something there.
We get in the car. I go, you feel bad? He goes, I feel so much better. I'm like, probably better you threw all that up. He goes, Dad, do we have to go back and clean? I go, no, Tiger. Some poor soul who's getting paid minimum wage has to go in there now and clean up your fucking mess.
Did I tell you about my son where we were walking the dog and you find things out about your kids? My son, he was into vampires. And I said, well, the best movie is Gary Oldman in Dracula. You got to see this.
Oh, too old, dude.
And he finds out where he becomes a vampire by renouncing God.
Yeah.
I show him the scene where the statues start to cry because Mina's been killed, and the statues start to cry, and then there's blood everywhere, and he drinks the blood. And my son
start gagging.
Well, my son, it was on YouTube, and what I didn't realize is some people can't do that. My son goes, "Oh no!" I just remember he goes, "That's disgusting." And then we're walking, and he's holding his stomach. He's dramatic. He's like an actor. He's going, I can't. I go, come on. He's like, I can't. Well, I look at his face, and I go, well, you're sheet white. You're sheet white.
That made him sick?
And he starts to pass out. My son.
From the blood?
My son, like some people can't see blood, they pass out.
Yeah, some people are like that.
That's what he has.
I don't give a fuck.
Me neither. But his grandfather has that, not my dad. But
weird.
Yeah. So
what if it's hereditary?
It is. So and I had a girlfriend like that.
I'm like that if I see shit.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You faint or you just?
I'll gag.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't like shit. If there's shit like there,
like my girl does well with like if Boston just has a blowout diaper, she'll be like, you got to change this one. I'm like, oh my God.
That's terrible.
And I'll change them going,
you're literally gagging?
Yeah, dude, I can't.
I don't gag. But I realized that my son couldn't handle it, so I had to carry him home. I felt so bad because I thought he was fucking around. So I go, come on, let's go.
Out of all the fucking vampire movies, show him that one from the 1940s.
I felt terrible. No, it was from the 80s or 90s.
Get younger, dude.
It was like 92.
You can't show him like Interview with the Vampire, Lost Boys.
I don't know, man.
True Blood.
I just remember that one scene where he's like renouncing God. And I was like, you got to see this. And I was like, wrong.
There's so many good ones,
There's
dude.
blood everywhere.
Everywhere.
And he drinks the blood, and that sent him over the edge. He was like,
Dude, I'll tell you what you shouldn't do with a 5-year-old. You know, everyone's like, man, you let your son watch Rick and Morty. I'm like, yeah, he doesn't get a lot of it. It's fine. The last episode on season 5, fucking Morty, there's like, so if you've never seen the show, Morty's mom is a veterinarian.
Yeah.
And so there's a machine where they milk the horses so you get the semen out. And Morty's going there. He's like, Mom, let's get out of here.
Christ,
and there's a machine. And he goes, what's this?
Yep.
He puts his hand in. He's like, oh, that's a warm hole. And so he fucks the machine. And then his semen, it goes into the horse semen. Well, Rick is like, oh, I'm doing this thing where I take the semen and I do blah, blah, blah. And they're
not for kids here. Dude, all of this not for kids.
None of it. So there's these giant sperm things in it. And he goes, Dad, why can't we watch the new Rick and Morty? Because I watched the night before to make sure he can watch it. I watched it. Like, you can't see that one. And then he goes, Dad, let's watch it. I go, dude, didn't record it. He was, didn't record it? I go, you believe that? Didn't record it, dude. So we'll watch next week. So hopefully last night's was at least somewhat not have to deal with fucking cum.
Well,
For God's sakes.
I'll do you
dude,
one.
Spoiler, Rick and Morty show up in the new Space Jam.
Oh, really?
They're getting big time.
They have a lot of great cameos in the new Space Jam. Like a lot.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. They have Game of Thrones.
It's all Warner Brothers, right?
Game of Thrones. I'll do you one on that. My daughter's 12. She's into fantasy novels. She's read all the fantasy novels.
She read Game of Thrones?
She didn't read that, but I said, you need to watch Game of Thrones because you're going to love this because you read all the fantasy novels. You got to watch Game of Thrones. I don't remember Game of Thrones. I don't remember the first episode.
You don't remember all the sex and gay stuff?
I sure didn't really. I mean, I should have.
She's
12.
A lot of gay stuff.
She's 12. So
a lot of sex.
We watched it, and the
Cersei's and her brother?
Yeah, and not only that, Peter Dinklage.
On top of their dead son?
There's that.
Come on, Daddy.
And Peter Dinklage.
Can't have kids watching
Peter Dinklage, who's in
a whorehouse.
He's a small person.
He's in a whorehouse.
He's getting blown.
Yes.
And
my favorite part.
That scene comes in, and I'm literally like, no, like that. And my daughter, to her credit, just went, I got to go, and just got the fuck out of there.
She knew what was up.
And
Game of Thrones is
And then her mom found out that I had shown her Game of Thrones, and my ex was like, are you out of your fucking mind? And I was like, I was like this, sorry.
But if you could just get rid of the sex scenes, it's a great
thing.
So especially she's into that.
Yeah, but incest and a small guy getting blown, not yet.
There's a lot of murder too.
A lot of murder.
All the murder.
All the murder.
A lot of titties.
A lot of titties.
Back then looked fucking lit, dude.
It did look lit.
Yeah, don't say lit. You're too old for it.
I like being lit though, dude.
But Game of Thrones, I'm watching it right now. Second time. It's better the second time. You know all the storyboard and it's great.
Yep. Yeah, it was very interesting.
You missed. You were supposed to come to the show on Saturday. You missed Chrissy D. Eric Griffin opened on Friday. Big J Schaub. Stevie was there. Stevie got up.
I wish really.
Stevie and Kat bought a dog. They bought a wiener dog.
You did?
Yeah, we're picking it up in September.
You what?
We're picking it up in September.
Why September?
That's when it's 8 weeks old and it can go.
Oh,
home
he's
with us.
young.
Yeah, it was just born, I think, last week.
And so you order them online, and you got to drive. Steve was saying you got to drive to Austin, fly to Austin,
Yeah, because
and
the
drive back.
breeder is in Franklin, Texas, and so we have to go to Austin, then drive to her to pick up
Is there
the
not
dog.
enough dogs in LA? Why the fuck are you going through all this?
Stevie really likes blonde wiener dogs, basically like a dog that looks like him.
Weird.
He also likes corgis.
Yes, and so it's really rare to find a blonde wiener dog, and we could only find one from a breeder in Texas.
Do you have to have a blonde wiener dog? Why not?
He's
just
obsessed
dog.
with the blonde wiener dogs. It has to be blonde.
It is a cute
like
little
that.
dog.
Yeah,
That's a cute
Tell me
little
that doesn't
dog.
look like Stevie.
Well, that's not a wiener dog, is it?
Yeah, that's a wiener dog.
That's a dachshund.
Yeah.
So that one's cool. You see that one down there with like the long hair? That thing looks like shit.
Well, you
I
got to
like their
trim that one
noses
up.
though.
I mean,
gotta
it's cute.
trim that
I just
hair.
want a dog that's going to bite a home invader, but that's my own problem.
That's not gonna. Your corgi's. Hey, Bubba, your corgi's not gonna do that either.
German Shepherd will, though.
Yes, he will.
Yeah,
That corgi's not gonna do shit.
that's correct.
Oh, we changed the name. I'm not naming it Uni anymore. I'm naming it Butters, like the
like
character
Uni.
from South Park.
Oh, that'd be cool. Butters.
Yeah, Butters.
And it's blonde.
Butter's a great name.
Oh, that's dope.
And it's a blonde dog. Butters is cool.
But is it
Yeah.
a girl or a boy?
Boy,
That's great. Butter's a great name.
Butter's a great name.
we just want to be able to
Dog's
say,
a big step in a relationship.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
The biggest step besides a kid. You guys are sharing a fucking live creature.
I mean, we live together already. I feel like that's bigger than having a dog.
way
no?
bigger. Because you guys break
Really?
up. Now it's complicated. Who gets the dog?
Oh, he and I have had this fight before. I say I'm keeping the dog. He says he's going to steal the dog if we break
Who
up.
paid for the dog?
He and I both did.
That's tricky.
Well,
But it's technical. I don't know.
yeah,
I just
and
feel like
the
I
dog goes
want
to
a dog.
wherever the dog is going to be happiest. If you
Yeah.
have left enough room. But the thing is that this is a harbinger for kids because what
Yes.
happens is all of a sudden, whoops,
Yeah. I mean, the dog's a
okay.
huge step cat.
I love it.
But also, I feel like it's more Stevie's dog because he's the one balls deep in gold wiener dogs. Like, you would have got a dog in LA if it wasn't for Stevie.
Yeah, true. Well, I hadn't lived
This is
in an
Steve's
actual house before, like me living with Stevie. He and I only lived in apartments for a while, so he hasn't had a dog either.
Yeah, but it's his vision to get the
It's
blonde
his
wiener.
vision.
Kids are so
I feel like
Otherwise-
he definitely needs it more than I would. Like it'd be depressing if
Well,
he didn't have
also,
the
that
dog
dog's going to hang out with Stevie more than you because Stevie does nothing Monday through Saturday. Like, what, he's going to be at home.
he hangs. He goes
He
to the
hangs
gym.
with the dog.
No one can hang better than Stevie.
True,
He's just low stress
gonna
guy.
be. I mean, the dog's gonna be with him 24/7.
basically.
It's gonna be Stevie's dog.
Yeah,
that dog will get
probably.
attached to him.
Yeah, I don't give a
my
fuck.
friend
I'm keeping
bought
the
two
dog.
dogs that are giant mastiffs, and
Love mastiffs.
yeah, the problem is that you can't have two mastiffs like that
Why?
unless you know, because it's just so much dog, and when they're puppies, it's just a lot.
I mean, they're fucking.
I had
They
a-
slobber so much.
My friend asked my
they
friend's
take
kid.
dinosaur shits too. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
My
They take it's like me shitting on the ground. If they shit in your house, it's a nightmare.
Yeah. My friend went to brought his kids to the zoo in LA. I didn't know it was a great zoo.
The LA Zoo.
I never been. I didn't even know there was.
You've
an
been
LA
here
zoo.
the one
way
next
too
to
long.
Glendale, right?
No, kind of Glendale-ish.
Yeah, I get the.
It's off the
apparently
101.
Apparently, there's every animal there. Chimps, everything.
I mean, it's a zoo, though. You know. They all have
I
it.
didn't know. I thought it
Like
was.
there's LA and San Diego Zoo.
Oh, there
like
it
the
is.
biggest zoos.
Oh,
Bro, you've been in LA too long. You know we had a fucking zoo. We're the biggest city in the nation.
I didn't know that. I'm an idiot. I've been here only 26 years. But here's the thing: they got a croc too.
All zoos do, dude.
I don't know, dude.
You're annoying me not knowing zoos have animals.
I said to my
They
friend's
have
kid,
a chimp?
I said to my friend's kid, I go, if you could have one animal as a pet, he just got back from the zoo. Apparently knows everything about animals. I go, if you could have one pet, what would it be? And he looks at me, he goes like this. Like he goes like this. He goes, anteater. Like dumb question. I go,
Fair
what?
point.
He goes, anteater. I go, why? He goes, because they're majestic.
Oh, that's cool.
And I
I'm with
go,
them.
what does that mean? He goes, they run really fast, they can climb, and they eat ants. If I have ants, I just let them free.
Great idea.
It's like, all right. I can't argue with you.
I can't believe you've never been to the LA zoo.
Oh, it's an American alligator. When you have a Nile crocodile, talk to me.
I took Tiger to the LA Zoo years ago, and as soon as we walked in, there was a rhino fucking another rhino.
No.
Dude, its dick was the size of this sign. It was huge.
Yeah.
It was the best part of the trip.
Yeah, they got giant dongs.
And then there was like a whole class, and the teacher's like, "Let's keep moving." You know, because they don't apparently act like it doesn't happen.
That's like-
all right, everybody keep moving.
Keep
Rhinos
moving.
are busy. I'm like, no, they're not.
That's
Tiger, take it in, buddy.
I watched a monkey, a chimp or whatever, that's fucking jack off and then start eating its own.
Oof.
Yeah, that was interesting. And same thing. All right, let's
Yes,
Let's
teacher's
move
like,
it down.
okay, let's get going.
Let's move it down before it picks the shit
The
up.
San
and starts
Diego
throwing it
Zoo
at us.
has that dope panda exhibit. It's like super cool panda exhibit. They're all about pandas. There.
I'm into
and
the
they get
chimps.
and because the pandas are so like rare to see, like they have some baby panda, I guess. You get it's a time limit. Like each person gets 2 minutes, and you got to keep moving.
Wow.
Yeah, it's dope.
To
Really?
see it in person?
Can you see? Do they have chimps at the LA Zoo?
Yeah, dude, it's a zoo.
They got chimps?
Name a fucking animal.
Chimps are hard to fucking deal with. I'm just asking.
Hey, every zoo in America has a chimp.
Yeah.
Every single
Look,
zoo.
they got chimpanzees there. Whoa. Yeah, there's. But my friend told me that there was the male chimp, the dominant, the patriarch or whatever, who's just a fucking jacked out.
At this zoo?
Yeah, like a real badass.
Every zoo you've ever been to has chimps. It's the first thing they buy.
I don't know. Not the San Diego. They have bonobos.
No, San Diego has chimps, dude.
Chimps. Bonobos are miniature chimps, but they solve things with sex. Chimpanzees solve things with violence. So the problem is when you have a bunch of chimps there, there's a chance one of them gets killed.
Not these chimps, not the zoo.
No?
No, they're boring as fuck.
Until they're not.
But
what I always say about
zoos are
chimps.
kind of lame. The animals are all depressed in there.
I don't like 'em.
They're all bored.
I don't like them.
No.
I just don't.
My kid doesn't like them either. After 30 minutes, Tiger's like, dude, what are we
Yeah,
doing?
I just don't. I don't. San Diego Zoo is as good as it gets, but
They say that. LA's just as good. I got to be honest. LA's right up there.
Is it really?
I can't believe you've never been to the LA Zoo.
I never
It's
been.
fucking massive,
I
dude.
should bring the kids.
If they like
Now,
it.
will my 9-year-old and 13-year-old like Space Jam, or are they too old?
Are your kids not really into sports, though, right?
No. No, then?
Probably not.
Yeah.
She's watching Game of Thrones and shit right now.
Yeah.
She's in the anime? I don't think so.
Yeah, she's. Yeah.
It-
She's.
It's good, though. You know, it's good. If your kid's into sports, it's a good fucking movie. Solid.
Have you seen? I heard this new movie Pig with Nicolas Cage is supposed to be really fucking good. Have you
Really?
seen it?
What's it on?
He's lost his truffle pig.
Oh, I'm out.
I hear it's really good.
Who told you this?
Some people who know the difference. People in the
Let's
business.
look at what's on Rotten Tomatoes.
Like
he
I-
looks terrible.
Yeah, but I hear he's phenomenal.
Well,
and I
he's a
hear it's
great
amazing.
actor, dude.
Yeah,
He's just crazy.
he's crazy.
He's legit crazy.
He's
He bought a
legit
T-Rex head, and they're like, dude, you have no money.
Oh, he buys.
He buys castles and shit.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, he's absolutely reckless. He's reckless, but he's a killer. Rotten Tomatoes, how'd it do?
97.
Yeah,
That's super hot.
yeah.
Wow.
It's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to be like insane.
Dude, 97's great.
An
Fuck
audience
yeah, it is.
84.
Well, Nicolas Cage, I mean, he's made some weird movies, but
He's also awesome.
he's great, dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And he gets married like every other fucking Thursday.
He sure does. He's just a.
I'll
reckless
watch
guy.
Pig.
My friend knew him a little bit, and he had he just bought an emerald tree boa.
He's great.
You know,
He just has money and
just have
And
an
then he wears
emerald tree
ridiculous
boa.
clothes. He has the weird
Yeah.
fucking hair plugs and shit.
Yeah,
Legend, though, dude.
yeah, and he would always want to share things with you. Like he'd have this special caviar he'd pull out of a vault and put it on this.
He
special
sounds great.
cracker. Try this.
He sounds
And
fantastic.
watch you and watch your face.
I like this guy.
Well, he's a guy who came up in L.A. with all Sean Penn and all those guys, super famous, did all of that, and just said, "Fuck L.A." Fuck.
Dude,
After a while, you're like,
Face
I'm
Off. Well, he
going
lives here,
somewhere
but I hear you.
Does he
Face
live
Off? Yeah. When I get fuck LA, especially right now, the mask mandate. Isn't it weird they put it back on?
It's unbelievable to me. And everybody's like, "Okay,
The LA sheep are like, we'll do it.
yeah."
I thought there'd be more of an uproar.
You
Nothing.
know, it's amazing to me.
Nothing.
It depends on what you listen to.
We have a friend. I'm not gonna say anything. We have a friend who wants to bet me $100,000 that we get locked down in November again. And he's like, "Look at the recall. They're doing the recall. They moved up September because they're gonna lock you down in November." I'm like, fuck.
But the only way they'd lock you down in November is if they could justify the number of deaths and it's
No.
all about overwhelming the healthcare system.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But you got to figure in the winter, the cold's going to come back. And they like to contribute that to COVID no matter what, right? So it
Yeah.
could get dicey.
I don't know.
Do we lock down again? I can't. I can't.
No, I
I
can't.
cannot. That'd be the straw on the camel.
Sometimes it's worth getting arrested for passive resistance.
I mean, I guess, dude. What are you fighting? What are you gonna do?
You're making a statement, and you get a group of people that come into places, public areas, without masks, and you sit down.
Nah, I mean, good luck with that, Bubba.
It works.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Passive resistance works.
It's not gonna,
If you-
they've
if
tried
enough
it all
people do
last
it-
lockdown. Restaurants.
If enough
everyone.
people do it, you do it.
There were a bunch of people who did it in a Target here in California. Do you remember? They were like yelling at people in the Target for wearing masks and trying to rip them off. Mm-hmm. And then they got kicked out.
Some of that's a little...
The government's not going to bend to that. You'd have to be like mass amount of people. There's not enough people.
What has to happen is when you make enough of a spectacle, they have to justify, because what happens then is the politicians and health bureaucrats are put on the spot to justify why these lockdowns are happening with so much civil unrest. And then what happens is...
You don't have enough civil unrest, though, dude.
Well, that's how you put pressure on people, on your elected officials. If you have civil unrest...
But we don't have civil unrest.
Right,
that's the number one ingredient we need, and we don't have it. Right. Everyone's cool with it.
That's right.
If you've been not cool with it, then Newsom's like, oh, fuck, I don't need this. Especially on a recall, I don't need this.
I agree.
But also, for people not in California, you got to understand, the state of California is saying the mandate doesn't make any sense, it's not backed by science. It's just the county of Los Angeles. That's what's nuts.
It's incredible.
And then
it's almost like they want the power.
It's the power.
It's sadistic.
And then the LAPD was like, we're not enforcing this. Like, again, this isn't backed by science. We're not enforcing any of these rules. Good. So technically you don't have to, but LA County Sheriff won't enforce new mask mandate not backed by science. So it's really up to the stores and restaurants what they want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But most of them are going to... I went to Starbucks and I totally forgot. Like, literally, I'm not a guy who's going to fight this. What are you going to do? And I just forgot. No one said anything. I walked down, like, why the fuck is everybody back in masks? And I was like, oh my God, the mask mandate.
I went into Costco without a mask.
When?
Everybody was in masks.
When?
Yesterday. I'm lying.
Yeah, you're lying.
I'm doing a little bit of a lie.
Yeah.
I just realized I
you're going to wear a mask.
I did go in there, and then everybody was wearing a mask, and then I pulled
one on.
But I kept my nose out.
Tight move.
Yeah, that was my way of resisting.
Yeah, there's not much we can do.
No, I went to Costco the day before, and everybody had masks, and I didn't have. It was like me and 3 other people.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
I went to the mall on Saturday. Nobody had masks on. Nobody.
Really?
Nobody. Nothing.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, but the mandate was.
I find them so claustrophobic, and like
the worst is for kids. We know the effect it has on kids and their lungs and stuff. It's terrible.
It drives me fucking nuts, man.
Yeah, I just wonder if people could just push back some. Because you know how it is, especially in L.A. With Newsom, give them an inch, they're gonna take a fucking mile. If they go, oh shit, they don't care about the mask. All right, let's lock down the businesses.
Look, that's the history of our world, where the way you control people is it's a gradual. You gradually take their.
Figure it out.
away.
Look at the lockdowns. Remember, like it's only gonna be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
A year later, y'all figure out what they're gonna do.
The best thing I heard was the idea is, well, this could never be. The United States could never turn into Hitler's Germany or Stalin's Russia.
Oh yes.
Well, they said the same thing.
Well, no, yes, it could.
They also said the same thing.
I realized it could once I realized how everyone's just go like sheep. They just go along. I'm like, oh fuck, dude.
Well, we are a country that was based on the idea that the government has to be afraid of its electorate. The government has to serve at our whim.
That's not what it is.
It's a refined democracy. You do it through the legislature.
You represent the people.
Yeah,
not anymore.
But it's unbelievable. Yeah, that's what bothers me. So I don't know. Got a lot of challenges. The biggest challenge is facing all of us. The biggest challenge is disinformation. Both sides are using disinformation, misinformation, malinformation, whatever you want to call it, bullshit, and their narrative to alienate or isolate the other side. So what happens with that is that we have to have a group of people, a nonpartisan group that can at least we can rely on to say this is true or this is not true. That's very important. Like you can win elections that way. You can literally float rumors that by the time people find out it's bullshit, it's too late. So we have to figure out a way to do that. That's very important. That's the new challenge. If you read what most people, futurists and people who are talking about this stuff, they're all like the biggest.
Look at the mask mandate now. Like if Newsom or Garcetti, whoever locked us down with the mask mandate, if you would have had like a town hall meeting and someone stood up and went, hey, all right, we're down for the mask, but why are you doing it? Yeah. What science do you have? And if you laid out the stats, I think most people are like, all right, that makes sense. But when the science doesn't back it, and we have the lowest COVID per capita out of any place in the nation, then it's just like, why are you doing?
See, that's all I'm asking for. I want a why. Can you tell me why? I want a health bureaucrat.
And Newsom goes, you don't deserve a why.
Here are the stats.
That's my issue. Newsom goes, you don't deserve a why.
It's unbelievable. I need stats.
But then it can't last too long, because think about this. They've sold out the Dodger Stadium, the Rams Stadium. They're sold out, dude. They're sold out. So you're going to say, well, and then also, so they're sold out. So if we play in LA, you're going to have half capacity, but then full capacity in Arizona and Texas. So that makes no sense. But then also, if we're forced to wear masks, why would anybody get vaccinated? Well, so if your entire push is to scare people into getting vaccinated, if we still have to wear a mask, why would you get vaccinated?
The hard thing...
Because the thing to get vaccinated was, we can have freedom. If we have vaccinated, we get freedom.
The problem is...
we're all vaccinated here, but now we're back in masks. So if you're not vaccinated, you're like, no, dude, I still have to wear a mask. Why would I do it?
There's a large anti-vax movement, and also Americans are not going to stand for the fact that you have to prove you've been vaccinated, right? It's a violation of their privacy. Mm-hmm. So it's difficult, because what you're saying is, are you vaccinated? And people say, yeah, I am. You don't know if it's true. Mm-hmm. Now, if you get on a plane or you go to other countries like France, you have to show that you've been vaccinated.
Sure.
You've been double vaccinated. That same thing with most of Europe. The Americans don't stand for that. They're just like, nah, you're not going to make me carry a vaccine passport. Try floating that out and see how far you get.
You could float in LA, guaranteed pass in LA.
In LA.
In LA pass. It's such a shame.
Yeah, in LA. And so it becomes a difficult thing if, I do think vaccines work, and I do think we have 2 billion and counting people to prove that the death rate has fallen drastically because of vaccines. But there are people that, first of all, people don't trust the science with that. They don't know what the side effects are. They're worried about it. So the scientific community hasn't done a good enough job explaining.
Well, look at that guy on my show. Got Johnson & Johnson, pulled his dick out. You want to be like that?
Maybe it's from the vaccine, dude.
That's what I think.
I mean, you're spreading the rumor. I'm just saying. The guy did pull his dong out.
That's what he said.
And he had a little patch. You saw a little needle hole in his arm.
He said it was the vaccination is why he pulled his dick out.
Well, my nephew got the vaccine, and he's like, my knee's been killing me. So he was limping for like 2 weeks.
I don't know if that's from the vaccination, Bubba.
I love it though. Might have been, but I mean, you can get a little. You get a little, like, psychosomatically, you can be like,
for sure,
shit can happen, and you're like, I pulled my dick out during Brendan Schaub's show.
If they kept the mask mandate for another year, I'd just move to Ventura. I'd just move up the road to Thousand Oaks.
Just move up the road.
Yeah, I'm not gonna leave out.
You can carry a gun up there. You can do everything. You can have a militia.
They never lock down. Yeah.
My buddy, you know him. He moved to Ventura, and he goes, I can carry a gun, and I'll tell you this. He goes, I got a group of guys we meet with every week, and we're forming a militia.
Oh, that's smart. That's good.
I was like,
that's productive.
All right. Yeah, it sounds good. You guys planning on you working out like, routes and vantage points?
I think Chappelle just has a head cold, because hopefully he's back by Wednesday or Friday.
Hopefully, yeah. Chappelle's not feeling well, so that's why he's not here, in case you're
I
wondering.
don't think he has the Delta. He just has a head cold. There's a lot of that going around.
Or he passed away. We don't know yet. We're trying to figure it out.
I haven't heard from him today.
Yeah, so there's a chance you could, God forbid, right?
Yeah, hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
All right, Jim, what do you got? Let's take a little break from chatting with the kid, Brian Callen, because guess what, man? You ever feel drained after a workout? You're like, man, I'm tired. Well, not anymore, kids. I got some for you. That's where True Niagen comes in. True Niagen fuels the body's energy engines, maintains cellular metabolism, and even supports heart health. All great things. I have more energy than ever. 11 published human clinical studies backed by Nobel Prize winners. True Niagen, a supplement that's clinically proven to boost NAD levels. All right, an essential coenzyme required for cellular energy and repair. Since taking True Niagen, it helps the muscles recover after your workout. You just have more zest in life, man. All right, and right now, you guys, new customers, can save 10% off your first purchase by going to TrueNiagen.com/fighter and use the code FIGHTER. That's TrueNiagen.com/fighter. TrueNiagen.com/fighter. Code FIGHTER to save 10% off your first purchase. TrueNiagen.com/fighter. Code FIGHTER. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure, or prevent any diseases. Again, TrueNiagen.com/fighter. Code FIGHTER.
Alrighty.
Okay, so Idris Elba recently got onto Instagram and he said that he wants everyone on the platform to be verified.
He's 60 though.
Yeah, he's 60.
Okay.
He wants everyone to be verified because he thinks it's weird that you can go on social media, talk a bunch of shit, or like talk to people and they don't know who you are. And so he
I see what
he
he's saying.
says it's similar
like
to
so there's no like troll accounts?
no troll accounts, and I also think it's just like so you know who you're talking to. Like this is an actual person, it's not like you're lying from a burner account.
The process of verification requires them to prove their identity so everyone knows who is speaking. Social media companies should make this mandatory. I get what he's saying. Currently, social media is boarding a plane not having to show ID. That would never happen. Well, I mean, if cowards are being supported by a vial of privacy and secrecy, then social media is not a safe place. So he just wants it to be more like
it'd make it
open.
a nicer place, maybe, or something.
If
I don't
cowards
like
want
any
to
kind of
sprout
regulation when it
racial
comes to the internet.
say
That's what
your
worries
name,
me.
not your username. So he wants people to go by like official name.
Yeah, or you could just look
Meatball
up
has
like,
the Delta.
the Delta.
What's happening?
Smoking too much.
That will also
There you
give
go,
the
kids.
Delta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I get what
I
Idris
don't know
is
how I
saying.
feel about
I
it.
get what he's saying.
Well, he's also from the
'Cause people are
UK. They don't
hiding-
have freedom of speech over there, right?
Well, they do, but
In the UK?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have freedom of speech.
Do they?
The UK?
I heard that there's like a specific
Iran, Kat.
like if you say certain you can't say certain things. Like there was
Canada,
that
you
Tom
can.
Daly situation where someone said that his dad would be disappointed he didn't like win gold or some shit and he was arrested. It was like
No,
a random
you
tweet
don't
They
get
have
that
freedom of
happened
speech
years
over
ago.
there.
you have free speech in the UK.
Yeah, for sure.
Canada has a hate speech law.
There we go. That's what I'm thinking. Like, don't they have a hate speech
That's
law?
what Jordan Peterson got famous for fighting against, and they passed it. In some ways, it's compelled speech, and I'm not sure. I think that's been challenged.
Idris is
I
on the
know.
right path, though. He's saying like these trolls hide behind these weird pseudonyms and can
Yeah.
just spew out vile shit. But if it was under their real legal name, you could find out who they are. Then I doubt they're gonna be hide behind this like fake avatar account.
Yeah.
I'm down with that too.
I'm down with it.
Yeah.
Because I think Tinder has something like that where you have your account verified if you put in your ID to show like, oh, this is actually who they say they are, and then their accounts that just
I get what
aren't
he's
verified.
doing. Yeah.
But then again, is that a violation of your privacy just to speak your mind and to have your own account? That's the other question.
Yeah, but is it
Raises
but is it
privacy
okay to
questions.
hide behind whatever booger123_ and just say racial shit?
No, but-
because would you say that same racist shit if it was your actual account?
Absolutely not. But that's only one case. The real debate is should you be forced to disclose your identity when you just want to interact on social media and maybe you just want to remain anonymous, which is your right as a human being too.
Yeah, but that's the exception, isn't it? I think
so much.
I disagree. I think what he's saying is like these people spewing this shit wouldn't do it if they had to.
I understand
consequences.
I understand, but what if I said to you, "You're not allowed to be anonymous"? You'd be like, "Wait a minute."
I wouldn't. I'd be like, yeah, cool, because I'm not anonymous.
Well,
and I would never get behind something and say some shit I wouldn't say.
So you want to give a central power the ability to say you have to say who you are?
Yeah,
like,
that's fine.
I have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem with
I
it.
think it's fine to be anonymous.
I think it would
'cause
clean. I think it would clean up the hate on social media.
Okay, so then how do you feel about hate speech? Would you outlaw it?
Yes, it shouldn't be on the platform.
You
Hate
would
speech.
outlaw hate speech.
Yes, shouldn't be on the platforms.
Okay, but what about if you? So you would not allow people to say something racist in general?
Not if I own Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. No.
Okay. They are allowed. You are allowed now on Twitter and Facebook as long as it's not directed at someone specifically, right? Because that falls under your First Amendment right.
Sure.
I happen to believe in the First Amendment, which is you're allowed to say anything you want. The one thing there are exceptions like screaming fire in a thing or advocating violence directly towards somebody, saying go kill that guy. That would be you'd be in trouble for that.
Sure.
But overall, protecting free speech is very important in general, right? And I think
To a certain extent.
to every extent to me, but I mean, yes.
I don't think so.
There are,
I think
like,
when kids are committing suicide, getting bullied on social media, there has to be some recourse or action. We can't just say, "Well, it's freedom of speech. It's okay that this kid's
there
getting
are
bullied."
harassment laws. There are harassment laws, right? So there are, but you have to be very careful about, I think when you say, "Well, you're not allowed to be anonymous," so I can't write a book that's anonymous. I can't say something that's anonymous because sometimes you want to just express yourself under a pseudonym. Sometimes you have a pen name, which authors have done. So it's a slippery slope, is what I'm trying to say. And it's a debate that I think has been had and thought about pretty thoroughly.
I don't think so. On
Oh,
social
yeah.
media,
Oh, my-
no.
in the
Not on
United
social
States?
Not on social media.
It falls into the same category,
Trump
though.
from having a
well, that was so that's the other
they
question.
say you're spreading misinformation.
Well, there you go.
But then they came out and said basically we just didn't want him to win the election. We didn't want him to be able to contact his followers.
Well, but I understand. So Facebook, let's just take Facebook, let's take Twitter, let's take
Instagram, YouTube.
Instagram. No, let's take YouTube. Let's take YouTube, let's take Facebook, let's say Twitter. If you have a group of people spreading, like they've got a sophisticated information network, and they start saying something like this particular group of people, let's say Koreans or Chinese people in this particular neighborhood, are responsible for X, Y, and Z. And it's a lie. And we've seen this in other countries. And then you get a mob of people that, with their pitchforks, come into that neighborhood and start wreaking damage.
Sure.
Or let's just talk about what's going on now. Say what you will about vaccines, but vaccines do have an effect. They have had a positive effect on, I'm going to get shit for this, but on the fact that COVID is no longer as much a threat. Old people take it, they can move about and they won't die because they're immune to COVID. If you look at the 2 billion plus people who've had it and you look at the actual data, the real data from all over the world, that bears out. That is a fact. When you have people who are actively spreading misinformation about a vaccine, like, for example, it makes women infertile, which is not true. There's just no science to that. But there are strong networks that are saying that and people are buying into it, so people aren't getting the vaccine. As a platform, you kind of have a duty to tackle that. You have a duty to kind of go, I might get sued. This is misinformation and it's actually causing the economy to stay closed longer.
But is it not freedom of speech? Back to your point?
That would be, this is the biggest challenge we face. Misinformation and deliberate misinformation, lying on a platform when you own it privately, you might be responsible for that. So you kind of have to limit free speech in that sense. That's what I'm saying.
But then you open up the floodgates because then where do you stop
that? It's a big
that?
fucking problem. I don't have the answer. I am a big advocate of free speech in the First Amendment, 100%. And the way to deal with free speech is more free speech. But we are dealing with a precedent we've never had to deal with it before, right?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's been looked at or studied that much.
Well, it's new. I mean, I'm saying to your point.
That was my original point.
To your point. So what do you do? Because you get so much shit when you censor people's
I don't think you
accounts.
allow hate speech or misinformation. That's their responsibility.
How do you define hate speech? Here's the problem. Now, because somebody's defining that. So the problem with hate speech is if I say a man is a man and a woman is a woman, or if I say biological men shouldn't be in women's sports, let me tell you something. That's considered hate speech on a lot of platforms. Why? Because a very active minority, tiny group of people that are very active and loud, are bullying and making it very dangerous for you to say otherwise because you will lose your job. Now we got a problem. You understand?
Slippery slope.
It is. And we know that historically it's a slippery slope because somebody has to delineate and designate and define what hate speech is. And that's why every time it hits the Supreme Court, it's shot down because you're like, who the fuck is saying this is hate speech? Because you can start saying anything. And this agenda with the trans agenda thing, there are people in that group who are just not reasonable about certain things. Do you think biological men should be allowed to compete in women's fighting, for example? I mean, or do you think a man who had no estrogen replacement? Let's just take an extreme example, and they have long hair or whatever, and they say, "I want to sprint in the women's division of the Olympics."
I think they need to open up more divisions for more transgender.
There you go. That's fine. Now hold on.
They should be allowed to compete.
You could get sanctioned for saying that sometimes in certain platforms. You really could. You'd be in some trouble for saying that. You'd get blowback. And if you work for certain organizations, they would tell you you have to apologize for what you just said.
For sure.
Right? And that's why protecting freedom of speech is so fucking important. It's just a slippery slope, man. It's fucking. See, we get into this and all of a sudden you realize how thick it is. It's just like I don't envy YouTube and Twitter. I don't envy that, having to deal with that. Fuck that.
What else you got, Jen?
So a woman was recently arrested because She broke into a dentist's office and stole $23,000 worth of cash and checks. She then, when she was arrested, told the police officers that she actually was there a few days prior, and she actually stole the anesthetic. Is that the word?
Anesthesia?
Yeah, the anesthesia that the dental office had tossed out. She went in, pretended like she was a dentist, put someone under, and then pulled 13
Holy
teeth
fuck.
out of their mouth while they were
How
out.
would you do that? I think
And
they were already
nobody found
unconscious,
nobody.
weren't they?
Yeah, she.
Oh, yeah.
The patient was unconscious when she started taking out the teeth.
But how did the dentist not be like?
That's my question.
Well,
they don't specify how she
Well,
got
she probably
away
had a
with
mask
it.
on.
Yeah. I'm sorry. How do you extract 13 teeth? First of all, why? This guy's got too many teeth, and I've always wanted to pull. That's hard to.
No, she's crazy.
I would
Yeah.
imagine it's kind of hard to pull a fucking tooth, isn't it? Unless that's a
imagine.
fantasy of yours.
But yeah, she did that, and then a few days later, she came back to rob the place. So she got away with
Did
the
the
original.
person go in just
teeth
for like a
pulling.
cavity fill?
It
and
did
then
not specify.
13 teeth or
So
something?
fucking worse.
Cleaning.
Well, I assume they're just going to hook this person up with some dope veneers on the house, though. So it might have worked out.
I don't know, man. It's like we got good news and bad news. Good news is you have no more cavities. Bad news is you're missing 13
God,
fucking teeth, so you
dog.
can't smile for a while.
That lady's a fucking oh my
that's
God.
her.
She looks like a fucking
She's like a
real
fun
winner.
time.
13 teeth. You just did that, huh? You just saw a mouth that was open and said, I got to pull those
She's
teeth.
clearly fucking crazy.
Yeah. She decided the teeth had to come out.
Why does the dental shop look like a Pizza Hut?
I don't know why,
And
but
where's
somewhere
that
in Nevada.
at? The landscaping looks like shit.
You know-
it's in the desert somewhere,
Yeah.
yeah?
Well,
You
that's
said Nevada?
Washoe, Nevada.
Yeah, that looks like that's meth central. Now, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you were at the dentist? You good about the dentist? You go to you go to-
I went 8 years ago, and they go, man, you're really gifted in the teeth department because the enamel on your teeth, for whatever reason, like your teeth are great. I went, say no more. Never went back.
Me too.
Because prior to that, I didn't go for like 10 years, and then my girl forced me to go, so I went, and they're like, man, genetically your teeth are pretty great.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to come as much as other people. I went, oh, you fucked up. I will never be back. Unless my teeth start to hurt.
The only time I'm going back is if my tooth crumbles.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not going. The dentist, you got to go to get a cleaning every 6 months.
My girl goes every 6 months. My kids do.
Now,
I never go.
I don't have time. Yep. My kids are there every 6 months.
Never.
I'm afraid.
I'm not afraid. I just don't want to go.
They said I have amazing gums. She couldn't believe how good my gums
Dude,
were.
when she told me she's like, your teeth for whatever reason they're crazy. Like you have no issues. I'm like, really? They're not brown to you? She's
Yeah.
like, they're brown, but
Well, she couldn't believe that
she's like, no, they're definitely brown because you drink so much coffee.
Yeah.
But outside that, they're fucking perfect.
they couldn't believe that I never get a teeth cleaning, even though my teeth are pretty yellow. Same thing. She was like, for a guy who hasn't had his teeth cleaned in 5 years, your teeth are. But I use that Sonicare toothbrush, so apparently that's really good.
I do
for
too,
plaque.
but I mean, I see your teeth, dude. You could use some help.
Come on, man.
Yeah, come on. When she told me, like, God, you fucked up telling me this.
I know.
If you just be like, man, you need to get back in here.
The dentist? I'll find any reason
The
not
worst.
to go to the dentist.
The fucking worst.
The dentist? 13 fucking teeth, though. That's so many teeth.
Imagine waking up missing 13 fucking
No.
teeth.
I just feel like,
So this weightlifter from Uganda went to Tokyo to see if he qualified for the Olympics, and he just didn't qualify to go to the main games and actually perform. So before he was going to be flown back to Uganda, he actually escaped his hotel room and left a note saying that he's going to start his life over in Japan and that living in Uganda was too hard. He told his teammates a few days before, hey, I'm going to leave. But once you guys find out, please tell my wife and my kids that I'm starting my life
He's a piece
over.
of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so they're trying to look for him right now.
that sounds, first of all, not to be weird, but it's not hard to find that guy in Japan.
Yeah.
There are exactly three.
Oh,
black
the
people.
giant black guy from Uganda
3 black people.
strolling around Japan?
Yeah. It's not. My feeling
not
is
exactly
he met a
James
Japanese
Bond.
gal.
You think?
Yep. And she was like, whoa.
He looks like he's crying there. He looks
does.
A muscular
looks like Get Out.
super athlete from Uganda. He's probably working with, more than the.
He just leaves his wife and kid like, yeah, you figure out I moved to Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he told his teammates to tell his wife and kids.
Teammates were like,
Japan
"What?"
Japan
About
isn't
that.
going to necessarily be like, okay. I would imagine Japan's
Yeah,
hard to cut.
Yeah, how are you going to work, dude?
Immigrating to Japan is super hard
Oh, yeah.
from what I've
Yeah,
heard.
one of the
Yeah.
toughest.
Yeah.
I think they allowed 6 Syrians in. like during the crisis when everybody was taking Syrians in, they allowed 6.
People are speculating that he bought a train ticket to 3 hours out of Tokyo to try to get somewhere else. Like he's not staying in Tokyo. He's going to try to go to another country since it's going to be probably pretty hard for him to blend in.
Yeah.
His story doesn't end well. They're going to ship him back to Uganda. His family's like, what the fuck, dude? And he's going to live up the street from his kids. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean, he probably liked it a
And
lot.
this is just a clip from Barstool. Look what happens to this woman.
This is Monday hitting you like, oh shit.
Well, that's not good.
Got ran over by a bitch in a scooter.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That hurt. That looks
should
like it
not see
hurts
her.
so bad, though. It just looks like it hurts so bad.
At least the lady who ran over is skinny.
I just felt that on my
Jesus
feet and my
Christ.
lower legs.
You thought you were having a bad morning, Christian. Yeah. Look at that poor lady.
Yeah, she just got.
Christian got in a car wreck this morning.
Yep, I got
T-boned.
blindsided. Yeah, was not great.
And was all traffic stopped and someone waved you in like you could go?
Yeah.
That's what happened to me when
Yeah.
I was 16 when it happened.
That one ass was like, oh yeah, you're good. Maybe he saw the car coming. He's like, oh.
No, he didn't see it.
Fuck
They
this
just
guy.
they look, they don't see anything. Like, yeah, you're good, and then you go for whatever reason you don't know that fucking person. You're like, thanks, dude,
Yeah.
and then you go in to make a left, and
Yeah.
the car goes.
Did your
skank.
airbags deploy?
No, thank God not. No.
But the alignment, the actual structural damage is all
He
fucked up.
She hit the front right fender of my car, like right between the door and the wheel. So she mainly clipped the wheel. The wheel was bent inwards and the door was all fucked up,
Structural
so you
damage.
couldn't like open the
It's gonna be
passenger door all
expensive.
the way. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So not looking forward to that. It's a great way to start off my week.
Yeah, I'd rather be this lady trucked by the fat girl on the scooter.
Yeah, I would too.
Do you have a picture of it by chance?
It doesn't look that bad though in the pictures, but I will pull one up.
Cool.
I'll like airdrop you one.
Where's the sketch in?
I saw this. This is on Clips.
This has got to be the blackest Korean I've ever seen.
This is just incredible. Let me make sure the volume's good.
That cake looks nice.
Gotta be the blackest Korean I ever seen.
You've been going in there almost 2 hours. I've been calling since I've been here.
Might be stopped up. What's wrong with the house phone? You rush a man out the restaurant.
No, Jonathan, I've been here since 8 o'clock. You could have got to 9:30. You to 8 to 9:30, he ain't got there. Shit.
Shit.
No, you're not in the bathroom. I know he ain't in the bathroom here. 2 hours? Hey, shit.
2 hours? Shit. Look, he's recording
You
it.
call me? I've been calling you. I don't know where you at. Shit. Motherfucking ass was probably in the fishes. Shit.
Nobody check the message. You think you went fishing?
I think so.
You know the number to the fish creek? Call the fish creek.
That's crazy. He don't know what the motherfucking ass here.
Call the fish creek.
Jonathan, shit, that's get on your nerve with that. How I call them goddamn fish creek, Jonathan? You know, that kind of shit get on your nerve with that shit.
This gotta be the black.
This is such
One of
a
the
trip
greatest
to
things I've
watch
ever seen
this.
in my life. I feel like she's
She's awesome.
yeah.
She is awesome.
All right, well, she's been in the hood for a long time.
Yeah, she's.
There's a bunch of Koreans in Atlanta.
So just look at the caption here. If you expect me to watch soccer, it's got to be like this. They just did some sort of like an app to make him do that little squiggly thing. Just looks funny.
The fuck? People are just stupid.
No,
Stupid, man.
it's just
God damn
a
it.
little thing like that can make it that much more fun.
It's funny, man.
We talked about the mask already, and then we were just talking about Knott's Berry Farm.
Oh,
And
did
then-
you go yet, Chin?
No, not yet. But a lot of people start sending me like tips
Of
for Knott's
what to
Berry
do
Farm,
at
how to
that-
sneak in alcohol and all that stuff. So someone actually climbed to the top of this ride. Check this out. This is on Food's Gone Wild.
Well, that's tempting. For
Supreme
a
Scream.
climber, that's tempting.
Look at it. He's like this.
Yeah, that now what you worry about is that they're gonna jump. That's what you worry about.
That's what I thought so too.
Yikes.
Look how high that is,
So
dude.
high up?
Yeah, you don't want to see that person jump. That's what you
No,
worry about. You're like,
of course not.
fuck, they're gonna jump.
Look at how high that thing
Now,
is.
that's where I climb up and I talk them down.
That's the most exciting thing that's ever happened at
Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah.
I climb up and I go, hey, brother, come on down, let's talk. and he gets on my back, and I bring him down.
All right. That's not a good one. This one was like last week, but there's some sort of research done. It said there's no evidence to support that marijuana helps athletes.
But that's not what this story's about.
I know.
The story is about her breaking the rules
and she already knew
consequences. That's all. That end of story.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she should be allowed to race, but those the rules.
Dems the rules.
Dems the rules.
Dems the rules. Isn't the UFC allowing weed now? Did I hear that?
Mm-hmm. Just you can't be high the night of the fight.
Yeah, they won't punish you for it. This is actually not the UFC, but an SAC, the Nevada State Athletic Commission.
That's smart. Good for them.
I saw this, and this looked crazy too. So it's I think a goose or whatever feeding goldfish.
Because she's shitting.
So crazy.
She's shitting?
Yeah, she's probably. Oh,
she grabs food and watch. She's feeding the goldfish.
I think they're taking the food from the goose.
So
they're also probably fun because she's shitting in the water and they eat the shit, so it's kind of disgusting.
How come people don't eat geese more?
Yeah, they're thick.
A lot of meat.
Yeah, a lot of meat. I thought the same thing. They're like by that Balboa Lake, they're fucking dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like, somebody kill this thing and rotisserie this fucking thing.
It sounds delicious.
I know.
Guys want
feet are all big. They wear like size 12 shoes.
I know.
Fucking eat the feet, man.
I agree.
I don't get it. Kill those things.
Spice the
They're
feet
juicy. Up. You see a turkey? Turkeys are fucking hideous.
Yeah, fuck
Kill
turkeys.
those handsome geese over there, man.
I want a goose.
Yeah.
But they do make, the geese do make your, I guess your pond look good, but Canadian geese? I'd love to eat
I'm telling you, man, we gotta go fucking choke out some of these Balboa Lake geese, man.
If I'm
They're
hungry,
fucking huge.
Yeah, if the shit
if I'm a bum, I'm killing that fucking thing.
Yeah, that's right.
You're gonna have your hands full, though, dude. The things, dude, I'm telling you, dude, we will go to Lake Balboa. You've never seen a bigger fucking goose in your life.
Is that right?
It's jacked.
Jacked.
I don't know what
all
it's
chest,
doing.
All chest.
It's a black fucking goose.
Yeah, it's a Canadian goose. He's black?
Yeah, one's black, one's white.
Might be a black swan.
One's black.
Swans don't fuck around either, you know.
I'm talking 10 times the size of that. Dude, at least 10 times.
So what is a swan?
Feet
that
like
was a
this.
swan. That was a black swan we just saw.
Yeah, I don't want to eat that piece
swan.
of shit. No, I'm talking look, type in giant goose. This thing is a fucking pterodactyl, and we got to kill it.
Do people normally eat geese?
Fuck no.
I mean, they eat the goose's liver. Foie gras, right? Where they stuff but I haven't seen.
They're like that, but I don't know how big that one is, but it looks like that.
That's a giant fucking goose.
Dude, I'm telling you, Lake Balboa, giant. I told Tiger, I'm like, dude, don't get too fucking close to that thing. You have your hands full,
big
buddy.
Goose right there.
And they're aggressive, man.
That's a dewlap geese, huh? All right.
I'm telling you, these things look stupid compared to the Balboa.
And they swim. They'll fly all the way to the Arctic and hang out in that cold and be like, I'm fine. Yeah,
they're aggressive, man.
Kid. Oh,
Apparently,
that's a grown man.
That's a golfer.
That's a grown golfer.
It's a golfer, yeah.
Dude, take your club out and fucking club that.
That's
stupid
fucking
thing.
hilarious.
That's him running away from it. Is he Asian?
That's great.
I think so.
Look at that fucking thing coming at him. I'll punch that thing right.
I kind of feel like he is.
Dude, take one of your clubs out and fucking hit in the face, dude.
Yeah. Or just
look how much he.
You know what? Let him bite you and grab
That is
him.
crazy.
Well, that thing's
He's a fucking.
I guess a giant pussy.
Hey, you pussy. You're a bitch.
You got bullied by the.
Look at this fucking
goose.
idiot trying to kick him away like Conor McGregor
He's
with
upside
Dustin Poirier.
down.
What the fuck are you doing, bro? That is so illegal. Don't be up kicking a goose, you fuck. Just stand your ground. Look at this. I would make so
They're
much
so
fun
aggressive.
If my friend was this much of a pussy about it, I would make so much fun of it.
They are fucking scary though.
I guess if you're a kid, you come at me as a goose, I'm going to make it a point to keep my eyes open and punch you in the fucking head.
You don't wear those khakis and not get beat up by a goose though. All three of them have them on
Look
too.
at him. That goose won. That goose was like, get out of here. Get out of my property. Look at these guys running. I would run from the goose so I don't hurt it. I don't want to hurt a goose.
Well, it depends how aggressive it is.
Yeah,
my kids, I'm beat the shit out of them.
I'll kick you in the fucking, I'll kick your neck. I'll kick your head off your neck.
That guy got fucked
I think that's
up.
hilarious. I guess I can see running away from it so I don't hurt it. I don't want to fucking hurt a goose. You got to calm down, goose. You know what I do? I slap him right in the fucking side of the head.
Yeah, open hand.
Yep,
Boss
give him a little
room style.
bop like that. Tap like that. Right in the fucking, and I go, hey, stop.
What else you got, Jen?
I don't know
You
what
kind
this
of kick
is.
him midair, too.
Oh, our boy Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, the baller.
SB for best MLB player.
Yeah, he's
Japanese
so,
dude.
He's a pitcher, yeah?
Pitcher
pitcher
and hitter.
Leads the league in home runs too.
What?
Yep, and pitches.
Giant guy, too.
He hit a single to first base and beat out the first baseman and get to the
He's
bag.
such a stud.
Really?
Yeah.
Apparently, girls going crazy over him too. He can't go anywhere and shit.
Cat likes him.
Oh, who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Really?
Yes, I love Asian men. I would let that man ruin my life.
Big ones.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Would you ditch Stevie and his golden fucking wiener dog for this guy?
No, I'm too attached to Stevie. I love him.
You haven't
too
met
much.
him yet.
But if I was single, yeah, this is the first DM I'd shoot from my account. Just
Is
like,
that right?
Wow.
yes.
You know how many fucking
Bring up
wiener-
some more
You know how many
pictures of
wiener
him.
dogs he can buy?
I'll let Stevie keep the wiener dog too.
Yeah, we can replace that thing.
Oh, honey.
Yeah, he's a
He's super
handsome
tall.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
His
he's
big
a stud.
shoulders.
Oh, yeah. He's a stud. He's a big fucking dude.
Look at him.
Jesus. He's Japanese?
Everything he did,
Japanese. What's that?
he paid the staff at the home run derby with out of his $150,000. The Angel staff. Yeah, he did. That was like last week.
That's awesome.
He's a good guy.
He can pitch and he can fucking hit.
throw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball and leads the league in home runs.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's a cutie
Yeah,
pie.
he's killing it.
Their team sucks or whatever. Yeah, he's baller.
I just saw this too. I don't know where this is from, but it's just I
Oh wow.
don't know what kind of
those
animal
are-
this is.
Those are gigantic balls.
Those are
dude.
Brian Callen balls.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does that
Oh, it looks like it hurt.
No,
It
those
looks like
poor
he
balls.
just kicks them.
no,
Yeah.
it's on its back. Is that a hump
I can't
or-
tell.
He has some tumors. I
Can
think.
we tie his balls up, please?
Oh, yeah, it's
that
almost
poor-
like tripping
that
over
poor
it.
Fucking cow.
What is this thing?
I don't know. It hurts every time he
It
walks.
looks like some sort of cow with
that
giant
looks like a
balls, Jim.
Brahma bull. That's a Brahma bull. I'm going to say Brahma bull.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
you
that,
see-
he's
you
just
see the,
really
It's a
low
tough
hanging
go
balls.
for him.
Translate the description.
such
see
a
what
tough go
'cause
for
usually
him.
Instagram gives you the option to translate.
We got to be able to cinch his balls up. That poor fucking guy.
You just get- or just like put a little like
Tighten the skin,
yeah,
right?
maybe some like
How about this?
boxers
Take
of
'em
some
off.
sort. Maybe
jock
some
strap,
undies.
Just
Yeah.
take him off.
No, you don't want to cut his balls off, dude.
Why not? He doesn't need him. He's a fucking Brahma bull. Take his nutsack off. That's just too much for him to deal with.
Yeah.
Those are the biggest balls I've ever seen in my fucking life. Look at those.
God, that's some.
Just
I know it
jacked.
sucks.
They hang low.
Those hang low, dude. Those are giant balls.
Probably
Right
has
there,
grass
he's
That's
stains.
not
tripping on
normal.
it.
Probably has
man.
grass stains on his nuts.
Yeah, you know what?
It's kind of sad.
The minute a lion finds him or a tiger, they're
Oh
eating
my
those
god!
balls.
First thing they're eating.
That's the first thing they grab is your balls. Take them right off.
A quick, sad one. Biz Markie passed away. I guess he's been battling diabetes for a while, but he's only 57 years old.
Oh wow.
That's young.
He's young.
It's only 3 years older than Brian Callen.
That's a bummer.
That's when you know you're getting older. When
start
young
dying.
people are threatening because they're doing shit you don't understand, and when friends, like people who you grew up with, are dying
Passing
of
away.
old age.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
And I don't know, maybe Meatball. Do you know about this guy?
No.
Announces he's
know
not
him
gay.
Like I.
He's gay. He's gay.
Oh, no! I thought I said Nancy. He's not gay.
Isn't that isn't that
He's been drafted
isn't that
or
football
something.
player? He came out as gay, but he's also Republican, so they're all like, "What the fuck?"
The Raiders guy.
Yeah,
That's cool.
gay
More people
Republican.
coming out.
of course there are.
So this guy came out.
Yeah. But it's cool
Is he a
because
good
now
player,
they're.
Christian?
I haven't. I'm not too familiar with him. I think he's getting drafted in this upcoming draft. I haven't been following him that much, but Nashville is a pretty good team. I think he's getting drafted in the first round, so he has to be
He must be fucking good.
Yeah.
6'4", 217.
third round. Third round.
217. Damn.
Yeah, hockey players are normally
They're
in their
big.
200s.
Okay.
Easy. But that's I don't think any of his teammates batted an eye. I don't
Oh,
think
no,
they give
not
a
at all.
Fuck.
Well, he's a rookie, so they don't know him.
Either way, hockey's very like open like that, which I like about it. Like they don't honestly give a fuck.
Really? Can
Yeah.
you name another gay hockey player?
That
Question, Brendan. Good question,
I mean, who says
Brendan. You just
that?
put him
Patrick
on the
Waugh gives
spot.
me a little gay vibes, but that was a long time ago.
Sean Avery gives me gay vibes,
yeah,
but
but to your point, where they're pretty open.
oh, no, I mean like they're like not open like about being gay, but like they'll probably say come out to
a lot
their
of
teammates
Russian-
and be like
a lot of
they're
Russian hockey
gay,
players.
and they'll be
Yeah,
accepted.
there is, Brian. A lot of Russians. How do they feel about gays in Russia?
They're not that crazy about.
No, sir.
I think you'd rather be gay in other countries.
Correct.
You understand? So I'd say
I don't know, Chris. I don't know if they're all, like, obviously they're going to have to be okay with it, but the same thing they were saying, like, with the NFL players coming out as gay. You ever been in a black community? Like, they're not that most accepting to gays.
What's
I would
also a lot of
say-
Canadians though too. And
Go-
Canadians really don't give a fuck.
Go back to that statement because I would say It's not that he's gay. He might get roasted for this statement. Hi, everyone. While the past year and a half has been crazy, it's also given me the chance to find my true self. I'm no longer scared to hide who I am. Okay, today I'm proud to tell everyone I'm gay. It's been quite the journey to get to this point in my life. Already dudes are like, hey, man, you're making this about you. All right, we get it. But I probably could not be happier with the decision to come out. From a young age, I've dreamed of being in the NHL.
Listen, I think there's always been gay guys in the NHL, NFL, NBA, and now they're coming out. More power to you. I don't give a fuck. But they've been the people think this is something new. Just now they feel safe to come out. It's a good step in the right direction.
You can do your job. I don't give a fuck.
Dude, if you score goals, I don't give a fuck what you're sucking at night.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Are we more tolerant, or is it just because everybody has a camera on their phone? What do you think?
What do you mean?
Oh,
I don't know. Are we more tolerant, do you think, as a society and as people in general?
No, I think it's suppressed.
Right.
Because no one wants to get canceled.
Right. That's what I think, too. Sometimes. I do think that being gay now is no big deal, and that's been hard fought for and stuff like that.
I still think it's a big deal.
I do think people are
that's a weird
racist.
narrative. I think it's less of a deal, but I still think in certain places in the country, it's a tough gig.
Yeah, in certain places in the country, if people didn't have cameras on their phones and everybody wasn't being watched, you still wouldn't be. There are places it wouldn't be that safe to walk around being gay. That's what I'm saying.
It's still a tough life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
all right. This one I didn't get to read all of it. It just popped up. But I guess Bruce Lee wrote a bunch of different letters way back in the day to one of his buddies, and he would write him stuff about delivering certain kind of drugs that he liked. So I didn't know he was a drug addict. Cocaine, I think.
Hell yeah.
LSD.
Fuck yeah.
Some other stuff, and then so they're auctioning off the letters, and they're going up to $500,000.
My biggest question, why he's writing these letters, is dude.
That's his homie that delivered the drugs to him. He got his drugs from that.
So it's just him ordering drugs.
Yeah, but then there's
they weren't letters like, "Hey man, things are good in L.A."
I have skeptical hippo eyes about this.
But the letters were verified by the auctioneer people, whatever that is.
Yeah, there are a lot of forgeries that are verified. That's the only thing. And
no, I believe it's 100%.
I just wonder if
Bruce Lee do cocaine?
Would he have written that out back
Yeah, he's
then?
ordering to his boy, give me more fucking cocaine.
Bob.
They didn't have cell phones back then.
This one was sold for $16,000, $16,250, and this is how it's translated.
Wrote Coke, Coke, and Coca-Cola, but they're all references. Pills, H oil, good taste in paper.
Oh, makes sense.
Hash or grass, Coke, magic mushrooms.
Bruce Lee did some drugs. Yeah. That's what they did back then, though.
Sure. Or the girls he liked did, or there was a party, whatever it was.
Or he just did them. Who cares?
Yeah. I mean, back then it was pure, bro.
It's Bruce Lee, man. I mean, movies, doing fucking jumping kicks and shit on cocaine. That'd be sick. Yeah. He's all shredded, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't he? Is that it, Chin?
That's it.
There was these guys doing I did the show, Jam in the Van, and they give you a lot of weed. And I don't smoke weed, but I know people who do. So I was like talking to them, I go, I'm not a weed guy. I'll do all the cocaine. I'm a little old to do it, but I mean, I'd like to do it. I won't do it.
You have a nose
for it.
I'd like to.
Yeah. I have a nose for it, but I just...
You like cocaine.
I got to wake up. I don't want my heart to stop.
Yeah,
there are a lot of
for
reasons,
cocaine,
right?
Yeah,
so I go, I'd do all the cocaine if I knew it wasn't laced in fentanyl and I could get away with it. You know, I like uppers. And the guy looks at me like this, and he talks like this, and he goes, do you like, you ever do Adderall? It's a lot cleaner. I go, I did 10 milligrams of Adderall one time on a plane, and I was...
How do you take it on a plane?
I loved it because I was writing the whole time, and I was able to focus. It was unbelievable, and that's 10 milligrams. And he goes, try 80 sometime. You take 80? And I went,
I've done 30.
Said, were you an addict? He goes, I couldn't afford to be an addict, but I was definitely
80. Jesus Christ.
And I said, what'd you do the whole time? And he goes,
jack off on Adderall?
I was like, this conversation.
This guy sounds like he's...
Yeah, it was a very interesting conversation. Thought I'd share that.
How much is 80? How much, I mean...
The big pills are usually like 30. So 80's a lot.
They have some, like I have...
I don't know how you do 80.
And I have...
I've never even heard of 80 milligrams.
You take 4 pills or whatever.
Yeah. They have Vyvanse, which is extended release, and I have prescribed 50 to me. I don't like take them that much because I'll be washing like shit that's already clean. Like I'll be going insane.
How many milligrams are they?
50.
Yeah, but that's time released, and you cannot overdose on those. So Vyvanse, you literally cannot. For whatever reason, it's a mechanism. So when you say 50, it's giving you 10 milligrams every whatever, right?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but that's a lot, dude. Like
my dad has
if I do 10 milligrams of Adderall, I'm fucking that's 6 hours of, I don't know how people could do that much.
I don't even do those
And
anymore.
it's-
I have 20 milligram Adderalls. I'll just take those instead of the 50.
But the problem is I did it and I went, oh, this feels too good. I can't do this. Oh, no. I'm sorry. This is cocaine. I can't.
You know what? I'm calling bullshit. I think you still do it because you knew a little too much about those time release ones. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never heard of them.
Well, I talked to my doctor.
Sure.
And I looked into it because I said, I want to be able to focus. And I go, it's Vyvanse. He goes, you can't OD on it. And I go, is it bad for you? And he goes, it's all bad for you. It speeds your heart up. It's speed.
What's a form of meth?
I was like, oh, okay.
It's a form of meth.
Well, then I'm not
Adderall's
doing
meth.
it. But I'm not.
Sometimes I would take like an Adderall, like the time release one, and then like an energy drink before the gym, and like my heart will be like I can feel my heart pumping. I can see colors. I can take it's insane.
I don't like the come down off Adderall.
No, it's the worst.
Headache, right?
That's also
No, I don't get a
why
headache.
so
You're just mean. It's not good.
The time release ones, it makes me not hungry. And when I start to come down, I won't eat. I'll be tired, and I won't be able to get out of that mood unless I jerk off, and then I'm good. Which is weird.
Too much info.
Well, it made me think of it because Brian was talking about it.
Oh yeah.
So what's the most you've done of Adderall?
20 milligrams. I wouldn't
Because you're
do
big, so does that...
It doesn't matter. Adderall.
That jacks you up though, right? 20.
I wouldn't do well on it. Yeah, I'd just talk a lot if I was on it. I don't fuck with it. Oh, that heart stuff I don't fuck with it. You're too old to be doing that stuff. Dude.
Yeah, I'm not.
Cocaine, Adderall.
No.
Stay away, Papa.
No way. Your doctor will tell you that. Cocaine.
Doctor, fuck a doctor.
Cocaine.
Fuck a doctor.
I had a doctor say to me.
I'm telling you.
When I was 40, I had a doctor say, "You don't do cocaine, do you?" I go, "No, I'm not a coke guy." She goes, "Okay," because sometimes for certain guys, it's like Russian roulette. You could have a compromise in your aorta, or it just enlarges your heart, and you're fucked.
Dude, if you need a doctor to tell you that, you're an idiot.
Dude, I was doing blow off her tits. No.
Yeah, I feel you. That's it, Chin?
That's it.
All right, kids. Next dates for me, Tacoma, Washington, July 29th, 31st, Tacoma, Washington, Tacoma Comedy Club, North Carolina, August 19th through 21st, La Jolla Comedy Store. Tickets just went on sale, kids. And that's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, La Jolla, California. Friday, Saturday, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, 1 show Sunday right now. Those tickets will sell out. They just went on sale today. Get tickets at fatkz.com. Then I have San Jose Improv on there, San Antonio the Big Boy, September 24th to 25th. Bunch of other dates on there. Get tickets at fatkz.com.
Come see me in Ontario, California, Improv, July 29th, 30th, 31st. I'm going down to August 4th. I'm going down to American Comedy Club, Comedy Company in San Diego, and I'm doing 1 show, and that's on a Wednesday, August 4th. So come check it out. And then I'm going to be at the Houston, Texas Improv, August 19, 20, 21. Come to Papa. Get your tickets. We're going to have some fun. There we are, kids.
That's it, kids. New studio vibes. Love you. We're out.